There it sat, a ghost in the tall grass, half swallowed by the earth. The wind whispered through the weeds, carrying stories of a time when this car was the pride of the open road. Now it was little more than a memory, fading into the landscape. This 1961 Chevrolet Impala was more suggestion than car, its lines blurred by rust, chrome peeling, glass clouded. The years had not been kind, and every inch of its body told a tale of neglect and abandonment. Most saw a lost cause, a parts car at best. To the untrained eye, it was just another relic destined for the scrapyard, a forgotten chapter in automotive history. But we saw the soul of a classic. Where others saw decay, we saw potential, a spark waiting to ignite. The bubble-top roofline still arched gracefully, hinting at its former glory. Even under layers of grime, its silhouette was unmistakable, a testament to the artistry of its era. We imagined it cruising Main Street, a legend from the golden age of American horsepower. The roar of its engine, the admiring glances from passers-by, those moments were still alive in our minds. Beneath the decay, the spirit of this machine waited to be set free. The emblem, though tarnished, still shone with a stubborn pride, refusing to be forgotten. The decision to save it wasn't logical, it was emotional. Something about this car called to us, stirring memories and dreams of what it once was, and what it could be again. We felt a responsibility to resurrect this piece of history. It was more than metal and rubber. It was a symbol of a bygone era, deserving of a second chance. Every car has a story, and this one's wasn't finished. Its faded paint and battered panels were chapters waiting to be rewritten. It deserved more than to rot in a field. It deserved to roar back to life. We owed it to the car, and to ourselves, to see what was possible. Our friends thought we were crazy as we dragged it onto a trailer, tires flat, interior a disaster, every panel a different shade of rust. Maybe we were. But sometimes, the best stories start with a little bit of madness. But we weren't just towing junk, we were rescuing a legend. The journey had begun, and with every mile, hope grew stronger. The ghost in the grass was on its way to a second chance. The sun set behind us, painting the sky with promise as we drove toward a new beginning. And we were the ones to give it. This was more than a restoration. It was a revival, a chance to bring a legend back to life, and to become part of its story ourselves. Under the shop lights, the Impala's true condition was revealed. This wasn't surface rust, this was deep, structural decay. Fenders dissolved, rocker panels gone, trunk floor a latticework of holes. Every tap sent rust flakes to the floor. The doors sagged, quarter panels riddled with pinholes. This wasn't a patch job, it was major surgery. But the frame was straight, the bubble-top roof solid, and most trim was there. Those glimmers of hope kept us going. We committed to a full, frame-off restoration. Every piece would be stripped, cataloged, and evaluated. Once you start, there's no turning back. The vision of a perfect Impala was our North Star. We grabbed our tools and prepared to deconstruct our field find. The real work was about to begin. Teardown is part archaeology, part demolition. Each bolt and panel tells a story, and every layer removed brings us closer to the car's hidden history. The interior came out in handfuls of rotted vinyl and foam, revealing floor pans that were almost gone. Years of moisture and neglect had eaten away at the metal, leaving only fragile remnants behind. We found old coins, a matchbook, even a mouse nest, remnants of the car's past. Each discovery was a small window into the lives of previous owners and the adventures this car had seen. Every piece of chrome was bagged and labeled, exposing hidden rust beneath. What once gleamed on the outside now showed the toll of time and weather, with corrosion lurking just out of sight. Fenders, hood, trunk lid, all removed, the car became a pile of parts. The shop filled with labeled bins and panels, each awaiting its turn for restoration. The real test, separating the body from the frame. This is where the true condition of the car is revealed and where the most challenging work begins. We lifted the shell, decades of debris raining down. Dust, Rust flakes and forgotten bits of the past fell away, marking the end of an era and the start of something new. The frame was straight and strong, the body riddled with rust. It was a relief to see the foundation was solid, even as the body showed the scars of time. With the engine, suspension, and fuel tank removed, the frame was a bare steel ladder. All that remained was the skeleton, ready for a new beginning. It was a monumental amount of work, but now we had a blank canvas. The possibilities were endless, and the vision for the restoration could finally take shape. Every secret was revealed, no more surprises. We could see every flaw, every patch of rust, and every area that needed attention. We knew exactly what we were up against. With a clear plan and a determined team, we were ready to tackle each challenge head-on. The real rebuilding could finally begin. Tools were laid out, new parts organized, and the excitement in the shop was palpable. The Impala was stripped to its soul. All that remained was the essence of the car, waiting to be reborn. Now, it was time to bring it back. The journey of restoration was about to begin, and the Impala's next chapter was ready to be written. A car is only as good as its foundation. We sandblasted the frame, revealing every flaw. Small cracks were welded, making it stronger than new. We wanted more than stock. We wanted a killer stance and comfort. The answer: modern air ride suspension. New brackets and a 4-link system went in, transforming handling and looks. The frame was coated in high-gloss black, sealing it for decades. Seeing it gleam was a huge morale boost. We reassembled the chassis with new suspension, rebuilt rear axle, and disc brakes all around. Stainless brake and fuel lines were routed for a clean look. The rolling chassis took shape, a blend of classic engineering and modern tech. It was a solid, reliable foundation. The dream was taking form. The body shell needed surgery: welders, grinders, and fresh steel. We cut out the rotted floors, replacing them with new, pre-stamped pans. Next, tubbing the rear for wide tires and a pro touring look. We fabricated new, wider wheel wells from scratch. Every panel was stripped to bare metal, revealing dents and imperfections. We straightened, patched, and welded until the body was solid and rust-free. A thin coat of primer protected the metal and highlighted any flaws. Standing back, it was hard to believe this was the same car. No longer a rusted hulk, it was a clean, straight canvas. The roughest part was over. Now, it was time for color. The Impala was ready for its new identity. Choosing the color was crucial. We picked a deep, custom-mixed red with metallic flake. Bold, classic, unforgettable. The project became Red Sled. In the paint booth, every inch was sanded smooth, primed, and block sanded for perfection. The painter laid down the red base coat, then layers of clear for depth and gloss. When it rolled into the light, the transformation was stunning. The red was so deep you could dive into it. Custom billet 409 emblems and painted Impala flags added unique flair. Every detail was considered, every part cared for. The brilliant red and custom touches made it a true showstopper. The Red Sled was born, but the journey wasn't over. Next, an interior to match. The Impala was ready to shine inside and out. The exterior was flawless. Now, the interior had to match. We honored the '61 design with modern materials and comfort. The color scheme, rich tan, a perfect contrast to the red. Original seat frames were rebuilt with new foam and high-quality vinyl. Custom door panels and headliner echoed the classic pattern. The dash was restored, gauges rebuilt, and painted to match the exterior. A retro-style radio with Bluetooth and a custom console added modern convenience. Sound-deadening material and new carpet made the cabin quiet and cool. A new steering wheel mimicked the classic, but felt better in hand. The finished interior was stunning, smelling of new leather and fresh carpet. It respected history while offering modern comfort, the perfect place to enjoy the ride. This Impala deserved a legendary engine, the mighty 409. It was the only choice for a car with this much history and attitude, a true icon of American muscle. We sourced a period-correct block and rebuilt it from the ground up, using upgraded internals and a more aggressive cam for extra power and reliability. Every component was carefully selected to honor the car's legacy while boosting performance. Painted in classic Chevy orange, topped with lightweight aluminum heads and dual quad carbs, the engine looked and sounded absolutely iconic, just like it did back in the day, but with a modern twist. Every detail was perfect, from the polished chrome valve covers to the correct vintage decals. Even the smallest touches were restored to factory specs, making the engine bay a true showpiece. Dropping the engine into the bay was a milestone. The heart was finally in the beast. It was a moment of pride, seeing all the hard work come together. A modern automatic transmission and custom dual exhaust system completed the package, blending classic style with modern drivability and a deep, throaty rumble. The first fire-up was unforgettable. The 409 roared to life, settling into a choppy, aggressive idle that sent chills down your spine. The sound was pure American muscle, raw, powerful, and unmistakable. It echoed through the shop, drawing everyone's attention. The car now had its voice, a deep rumble that spoke of power and heritage. It was music to any gearhead's ears. The 409 wasn't just an engine, it was a statement, a symbol of an era when horsepower ruled the streets. This Impala wasn't just for show, it was built to be driven, to be enjoyed, and to turn heads wherever it went. It was built to go, to put all that power to the pavement and deliver an unforgettable driving experience. The Red Sled was ready to run, restored, reborn, and roaring back to life on the open road. The first drive was a mix of excitement and nerves. We pushed the Red Sled into the sunlight, deep red paint gleaming, chrome shining, stance perfect. It was no longer a ghost, but a living, breathing machine. I climbed in, turned the key, and the 409 thundered to life. Rolling forward for the first time in decades was surreal. The ride was smooth, the power immense. On the highway, the car drew stares, thumbs-ups, and cameras. The Impala was a rolling piece of history. For us, it was the ultimate payoff. Every challenge was worth it. We hadn't just restored a car, we'd saved a soul. The Red Sled proved that with passion and vision, anything can be reborn. Some classics are just too cool to die.